Okay, perfect.
All right. So in the boards app, because I sent the boards app, right?
You did. I did not open that yet. I have it on my phone. I don't have it on my computer.
I'm going to open that up right here too for us.
Okay. Yeah, I was actually showing my two of my team members last night that video you just went by it.
That's just for the reclaim your time. I need to get you the actual
Oh,
boards.
okay.
Go ahead, continue.
Oh, I was showing my two of my team members the video that you sent in the reclaim your time last night, and I'm like, I'm not gonna tell the whole team about this until I've used it a little bit and played with it, but I'm showing you two because and both of them were just blown away. It was so awesome.
Yep.
I was like, okay, good. Like I'm not, it's not just me going, wow, this is incredible.
No, your people need this. Like it literally,
Yeah,
and what's nice too is as you're bringing people in, it's like we're helping you create duplication in your team.
correct.
Like, and the awesome part about it is people have access to come to about 19 Zooms a week. I don't know if we're going to keep on that schedule, but for sure, like the morning ones that I do, like I'm constantly going over social media tips, like
Mhm.
outside the box thinking, how to use these tools, how to run them in best practices, algorithm hacks, like more things than just like that, the way to do things of the tools. You know what I
Right.
mean? All right, so we're going to go to the boards.
Okay.
So in here, this has like everything you need. I'm updating it frequently. So whatever package you're on, I try to, narrow things down by packages for everybody so they wouldn't be
Okay.
overwhelmed.
Yep.
Um, and just little ideas, but there's this getting started folder. There's the weekly schedule so that you know when Zooms are happening and you have the ability to just go and click the link to go right to it at what time it is.
Perfect.
There's also a DMO checklist, which is going to be in here, which is just kind of nice to help you cross the boxes to make sure you're utilizing the tools as best you can, right?
Hmm.
So in the morning, like the first thing that you want to do is check Chrome and
Okay.
update the extensions. And this is something like Chrome doesn't need an update every day. The extensions don't need an update every day, but if you get in that habit of doing that every morning right away, you're going to like curb any problems that might arise just from an update. So in order
Okay.
to do that, do you know how to update your
No.
browser? All right, so in the top right-hand corner, there's the three
Yeah.
dots. You click settings. We go to about Microsoft Edge on the bottom left, and it'll say right here, up to date. Edge seems to
Okay.
keep pretty up to date. Chrome is kind of a booger sometimes. And then the other aspect is the extensions itself. You click on the little Pac-Man looking puzzle,
Mhm.
and we're also gonna pin all these too.
Okay.
Oh, where's Gravity Cat? Hey, stop it. Bella, Bella, get your cat. Hey, relax. Just separate them. So sorry.
That's okay.
Scared me.
It's all right. I started my business when my youngest was 6 and he's about to enlist in the army. So totally get it.
I have 6 kids
Oh my
and
goodness.
they're crazy. All right, Genius Post. So we're just pinning these so that it's easier to access them. The cat
Perfect.
scared me. Ooh. All right, so we're going to click on Manage Extensions. And then developer mode, I'll turn it on now. So that should just always stay on. And then you just click update here at the top and it
Okay.
updates your extension. So it only takes a second to do that every day and it's important.
Okay.
Let's go back to Facebook.
Can you do that? Show me where that is one more time, just so I.
So we are click to manage extensions
Okay.
and then click update.
And then update. Okay, perfect. Got it.
All right. So next on our little task list would be make sure your birthday messages are running.
Okay.
Sometimes birthdays can be a little wacky.
Hmm.
Most of the time, if you're doing that update before your birthdays run, you should be good to go. But if for some reason they don't run, in the Boards app, there are troubleshooting steps under the birthday extension little link in there. But
Okay.
let's get these set up. Where are they? Do you normally do your birthdays day of, after, before?
that is, so my company is direct sales party plan. So I am trying to show my company like social media is the way to go on this, but nobody in my company, there's one person in my company doing it. And birthdays is something I have not been great at doing, even though I know it's a great bang for the buck because I just haven't done it. So I like the idea of doing it a few days before.
Okay. What's the email address
The email address that Facebook uses,
for your MGC account?
oh, About That Joy is everywhere.
All right. So we're going to go up here and click the settings. And then we click on messages, create new. And basically with the birthdays, if you just do two, it's fine. So if you're going in advance, we're going to call it advanced intro. And every message that you're sending, you're breaking it up into parts called segments. Those segments need variation. And the purpose of that is so that it never looks like a repeat message to Facebook, never looks copy
Yep.
paste, unique
Yep.
every time. So you tell me, if we're sending this message out 3 days in advance, what would you like to say? I'll give you my example and then you can decide what you want to do. So mine says, hey, Beth, I just noticed your birthday's coming up in a few days. I wanted to make sure I was one of the first to say happy birthday to you. What's something you're looking forward to this year?
That sounds perfect. I like
Okay.
that.
And like
I
I
would
said,
only
I can get away
I
with,
would only do one exclamation point after each.
okay, that's good to know. See, it has to sound like you or look like you, not
Yeah.
like me. And the
Yeah.
other thing, like I said, birthdays, I only do a couple segments, but everything everywhere else, you're going to want to use a lot of segments and variations.
Right. Yep. Yeah, Jody explained to me the whole segmentation thing, and then I watched Bo's video. I watched all the intro videos the other day,
Okay.
so I got the gist of why that's so important, with making sure that you don't end up in Facebook jail. So
All right. And then do you want it just advanced or do you want day of as well?
just advanced is fine.
All right. So now we're going to actually build it. Intro, insert another segment, call to action, click add. and then save. So the other piece of this is that you can actually post on the wall too. Like if you wanted a
Oh.
happy birthday card to go on their wall, you could do that
Mhm.
too. You want just the message or do you want to do a post too?
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, it's I actually got thrown into Facebook jail this year on my birthday because I tried to answer too many, like respond to everybody posting on my wall. But yeah, I mean, I think both is nice.
Okay.
Oh, cute.
All right, so let's find some cute ones. All right, what do you like? Anything?
I like
Yep.
I like the little cupcake with the happy birthday spelled out with the candles. That's cute. Are you doing a few different ones?
Yeah.
Um, the candles in front of the balloon is kind of cute too.
Where'd it go? This one?
Right below your cursor.
This one?
The cursor's not moving, but it's right below where I see your cursor. Yep, that one. That's fine. Yeah, I like that.
Let's see if that one will save. It might be too big. Oh, that one won't work.
Okay. There's one over to the left that with the happy birthday spelled out. Is that one too big or
This one?
nope, up above it. Yeah, that. Too big?
Let's try it and see. It worked. Okay.
Okay.
How about this one?
That's good.
I was kidding.
Did it not work?
It didn't have like an actual link.
Oh,
Or what if we say like have, would you say wonderful, awesome, great? What kind of words do you use?
uh, yeah, I would probably use awesome.
So you only do one.
Thank you.
Did I do that in the other ones? Like multiple?
Nope.
That's me like okay.
Exclamation points.
I'm like all right, let's fix this. So schedule, what time zone are you? Eastern? So this is always scheduled UTC time. So for you, that would be 4 hours. So if you are you able to have like your computer up and open to Facebook like at 8 a.m.? Like what kind of time can you normally hop online?
I'm usually on at 8 a.m.
So we'll set this then for like 12:05, which will go off at 8:05 your time. So what you need to do is just make sure that you have Facebook open on your browser and
Okay.
a few minutes before it's set to run, and you should be good to go.
Okay.
And again, just reminder, like as you're updating your extensions, that's typically what will make sure that it's working.
Okay.
But otherwise with this, it's kind of set it and forget it.
That's awesome.
Unless you have to troubleshoot it, then you have to go in and like turn it off and on like a light switch.
Okay.
I know.
So the
birthdays are
post will go on 3 days in advance, or that'll go on the day of?
that'll go on the day of.
Okay, perfect.
So the way we do just post versus message is we just choose post.
Okay.
You want to post and message, then you would do that. All right. So next on our checklist is going to be the connector. You want to get, well, posting, right? But running your connector in the morning and at night. So you want to get in the habit of running your connector daily. Do you normally add people right now? Where are you typically adding people from?
I was for a while. I haven't been. I've been mostly just working on through my customer list and doing parties. I haven't been good about doing like online reach outs. So I haven't been doing it.
And sorry, what was the email address again?
Everywhere.com.
So party planning, is that you do party planning for like people that are in direct sales, or what do you do?
I do parties. So go to people's houses and do parties. Like old school Tupperware type parties.
Okay. All right. So you only have 2 of those. 104. That's not bad. So that's the other part of on your checklist is a few times a week. You want to make sure that you're clicking the connector at the top,
Uh-huh.
clicking settings, and then go to delete pending request.
Delete.
That will,
Yeah.
yep. All right. So now let's decide with using the connector, do you want to be able to send it with a message or without?
With.
All right. What do you want your message to say?
Um, uh, um, hey, saw that we have some friends in common, or saw that we have some interests in common, would love to connect. Something like that. So it's really just like, do you, so if I'm doing these on my own, you recommend doing 4 or 5 of each segment to sort of randomize it well?
With the connector, I would do as many as you can. So if you can get
Okay.
10, 15 in there, get 10, 15 in there, and you can go back
Okay.
in and edit these. You can add more. I'm just trying to get you,
Okay.
at least
Yeah.
started off on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if we say, because we want to have at least probably 3 segments, maybe 4. It doesn't have to be a long message, but you can break up bits and pieces of it. So if you said, hey, I saw that we had similar interests in common. I saw we had, some friends in common. I thought it'd be cool to
Mhm.
connect. Looking forward to getting to know you.
Yeah. Perfect. And I will think about this more and edit.
So I'll just get these in here to start, but I want you to come
Great.
back in here to add more,
Edit.
more
Yeah,
variation. Just make sure
sure.
you're not like repeating something from other segments into this segment.
Yep.
And then this one, I like to use the titles so that it corresponds to what I'm doing or what I'm sending. Because
Uh-huh.
what happens is I forget what's in
Sure.
my messages.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, is there a way to make sure, like, is there a way if I'm sending these out, if I'm going into a group and I'm trying to find people, of not connecting with people who are on my team, like, or not connecting with people who I have in common, like that are in a label?
So if they're people you're already friends with, you won't connect with them.
No, I mean, I don't want, like, if one of my team members is friends with somebody, is there a way of going like, oh, I don't want to connect with people that that person's friends with?
You can, but then you're gonna have to probably use a different message because if you say, looks like we share some mutual friends in common, you're most likely going to be running in an area with new members versus no mutual friends. The other
Sure.
part of that is that Facebook doesn't totally love it if you're adding people that you have zero connections with.
Sure. No,
Um,
I don't mind having connections with them. I'm just trying to avoid like having like stepping on team members' toes. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
no, for sure. So the other aspect of that too is then going to be because here's the thing, if like your team members are adding people in groups, you're going to have to get another layer deep and find groups that maybe your team members aren't really in. Just get a
Sure.
little more creative.
Yep. Makes sense.
All right, so just a couple at least, right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
And you can come in here and add as many as you want. And then we'll group it
Great.
together. So to actually run the tool, you're going to want to either go to a sponsored ad, go to a post, or go to a group, right? And so let's just say I'm not going to actually run it here because it's your own group, but I'm just going to show you, for example, what you do. Oops, I didn't mean to do that one.
You can do joys everywhere. That's good.
So what you would do is you go into the actual group and you have to go to the members area. So it'll either say
Mhm.
people or it'll say members.
Yeah.
And then you would go to the area where it says members with things in common. That's
Okay.
typically where we run it. And like I said, you can run it elsewhere. But once you're in that area, members with things in common, and you click
Mhm.
see all, then what you'll do is click the connector icon and kind of set up the parameters. So you want at least 5 minutes, no sooner.
Okay.
I usually do 9 if I have a message with it. That's me personally. You can do what you want. If you've only been doing, a little amount daily, start with like 10 or 15 in the morning and at
Okay.
night, and
And
then
build it up.
gradually increase it. You
Yeah.
can do resume from last search and it'll skip past like all the members that you've already done. So you could put like 10, tomorrow 20, 30, etc. And then down
Mhm.
here is where you're going to pick your message group that you created. And then you would click run. So you're going to just let this
Okay.
go. You can go work in a different tab and do other things. It'll stop
Okay.
after it's sent that many requests. If you're doing it on an ad or a post, though, you're going to have to actually refresh it and stop it. It'll keep going on and on like the song that never ends.
Okay.
And then other than that, yeah, so you just have to make sure to close that when
So
you're done.
you can do
What?
it on an ad.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I
Yep. So
love
if
that.
you're
That's brilliant.
And on an ad, you run it a little bit different. So you would choose like the dots in the corner of the ad,
Mhm.
and then you would click connector. Hang on. And it would say Genius Connector. And this one, like I said, you'd have to like choose whether you want comments or reactions, change your interval, mutual or no mutual, choose your message or no message, and then let it stay and work. And then after like 2 hours, refresh the screen to stop it.
Uh-huh.
I know it's pretty sweet, right? Get all your competition, go find their ads.
I love that. Yeah, I actually saw one today that was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like my company and they're running an ad. Like, and I was like, oh, and it didn't even occur to me to look in the comments. And now that you said that, I was like, wow, that would be ideal.
Yep, it's amazing. All right, let's see what we got. Week 1, new friends, new, engage, engage, engage. Oh, you already got it. Woo!
I told you I watched your little video.
Love it.
I was like,
Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. Like, it's so helpful when you kind of have an idea. All
because
right.
I was
So
like, I have no idea what categories to choose. So I went into the Facebook group and I searched labels and I was like, I found your video and I'm like, perfect. I am doing exactly this.
yep. So I like this because it helps you know who to focus on for that day and they don't get
Right.
lost.
Yeah.
Right. And then
Perfect.
I'll show you another little thing. All right, so we've got your connector, you have a message, we got your birthdays to show you how to use the connector. You're going to want to focus on just labeling people from like the last week or two, okay, in
Yep.
your messenger, which you already started. Cool.
Yep.
Because what then you can do is you can create a broadcast in the CRM to start bumping out to anybody that doesn't have a label yet. And it can be a very generic message just to get that conversation up there and like get
Yep.
through your network to see who's dead and that you need to delete. But you can have it
Right.
move them to the label me folder and archive the message so it's out of the way and
Yeah.
only focus on the ones that are responding, and it'll say label
Yep.
me because you changed it action to label me. And that day, those are the people you're going to focus on moving their labels accordingly to where they go. And like the
Yep.
engage folders, that's what I used for my network, because I used that broadcaster, moved them to the label me. If they responded or if their birthdays went off for the day, I moved them into the engage for the week. And that's like my people that I'm, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you got that. So another cool little thing with the connector or with the CRM, you can keep all your notes.
What I haven't figured out yet is what is the difference between labels and tags?
So it's kind of like if you look at it as the labels are a file cabinet
Okay.
and it's all the main files, and then there's the little folders within your files. The tags are little folders within your files.
Okay.
So if I have a whole bunch of people that I'm talking to that are customers, business potentials, people who said they're joining, but I want to invite them all to an overview that's happening, I can give them an overview tag. And that way I can
Okay.
create a message that will go just to the people who have that tag.
Okay. How did you get to the page we're on right now?
So when you're on the CRM right here,
Hmm.
you click
Yeah.
on home and then it'll
Okay.
open up to here.
Okay.
And you can create the tags either in here where you click tags, or you can create it in this big area. And I was just going to come turn off this box for you. Because now if the message pops up, you'll be able to see what label they have.
Okay.
I'm just going to do this for an example.
Okay.
Is that all of your friends?
No, I have like 2,000.
All right, I'll just use this one for example. So let's say you want to keep track of all of your notes on somebody. If you click this G
Uh-huh.
tool where you go to
Yeah.
type, you can start typing like interested in a party.
Okay.
Check back November, whatever
Yep.
keywords that's going to help you, but also to keep track of your conversations, because then what you can do, maybe it's November and you're like, okay, who did I say I was going to follow up with in November? Oops.
I love this so much.
You can come in here and type and like, boom, go
Great.
message her right from here. And then the
Okay.
other part about this that's nice, if you're like, okay, I need to have a reminder and I'm follow up event, right? And then you can send an email to yourself, like, and it'll send you like a notification on the day and
Uh-huh.
time that you tell it to.
That's
So if you say
brilliant.
like, yeah, so if you're like, message me at 3:45 and mine pop up on my computer. So then when I open my
Okay.
computer, I'm like, oh, cool. So it'll be like if you have your email connected, but it'll send you a notification to remind you. So that's just another little trick. Also, the global templates, if you have stuff that you're constantly repeating verbiage to people, you can put it
Mm-hmm.
in here so that when you're working on your
Okay.
computer, it's like send, 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 send.
So it's almost like boards then.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So you could put like links in here. Um,
Great. So like videos that I send or wording that I send a
yep.
lot, I can do that.
All in
Okay.
here. So you can create it from here,
Perfect.
add everything in here with an image or a link, because you can do
Mm-hmm.
images, which is really nice.
Yep.
And then to access it, it's the same area where you would go here instead, and it'll have your templates here.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
So that's kind of like all your basics. Let's go briefly over some of these other things, but that's really what you're going to want to focus on right now for the next few days is run your
Yep.
connector, make sure your birthdays are going off, get people labeled, go through those labels from like the last, week so that we can start using the broadcaster.
Yep.
Um, and then you're going to need to play around with the other extensions because like the disconnector, I'll have you log in on all these when we're done, but the disconnector, what it's going to do the first time you're going to sync and analyze it, you can set the settings to go back like 180 days and it'll
Okay.
pull your entire Facebook friends list in there and tell you how many times you've messaged each other, whether or not they're engaging on your profile. And there's
Mm-hmm.
a spot there where it says deactivated. So you can like with the click of a button, get rid of all the deactivated friends. Um,
Oh, wonderful.
and what's nice about this, I wouldn't say to necessarily go through and unfriend all the inactive people until you've gotten a message out to them to engage with them. But
Yep.
then after you have, come back in there and run it again. Because if you're still noticing those people like aren't engaging with you, there's really no point in being friends and you might as well clean up your Facebook friends list, right? So that's one thing. The giveaway tool, the Genius post is really neat. What I actually, if you watch the training that I did today and yesterday, I posted it in boards. I talked a lot about how to use the Genius Spies. I don't know if you have the platinum, you might have the advanced,
I
but
don't. I have the advanced.
okay. So, but I did give an idea about how to use the Genius post in there. Like if you're looking at your competition or people that are, if you go into a group that has a lot of your potentials in it and you start searching keywords in that group or you see a really popular post, you can use the connector on that post to add those people in your network. But not only that, if people are commenting something, for example, that wouldn't look weird for you to comment back on someone else's post, like my friend
Yep.
Dave found a good cleaning post and people were posting their favorite cleaning hacks. So he set the Genius post up to go auto reply like, oh my gosh, this is a great tip. Oh, thanks for sharing. This is amazing. Thank you. Oh, I never thought about this. So it was responding to all these people for him, like 100 people, and he didn't have to do it. Right. So
Nice.
that's the Genius post. So you can use it on that, but you can also use it on your own stuff. So if you're posting in a group, if you're posting on your profile, so it will auto respond to people or message them as well if you want. The
Hmm.
other thing that you'll want to get familiar with is the Genius replies. I have this set up so that it will engage, but I don't have it set up to comment. I notice that the comments don't necessarily match what the post says, but
Yeah.
engaging, I have no problem with that, like the liking or the loving, the hugging,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
The Genius Scheduler, play around with this too. This is amazing because it has the chat GPT inside of it and you can literally schedule all of your content to your pages, to your groups, to your wall. Have at it.
Okay.
It's nice and organized. Watch your statistics. let stories drive. I think you get access to this for the next 30 days. If you make sure you're
Okay.
putting stuff up in your stories, and play around with this. I don't like using it to message everybody who's viewing my story, because a lot of times it's my teammates or it's my family.
Right. Right.
But if I have a poll up there and I get creative with my poll, I can tell it what to message people based on what poll answer they gave. So one day I put up a story about gardening, you know, how I'm starting a garden. And I said, are you an avid gardener? Are you a newbie? So people, it didn't matter if it was family or friends, it was going to everybody that voted. Oh my gosh, like I
Right.
can't wait to see what kind of tips you share for the ones that were avid. The ones that were newbies, oh my goodness, like I'm just learning too and I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, what all are you planting? So my tool sent those messages for me on automation.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Okay.
I love it.
It's amazing. So it's a lot of information.
Yeah.
Just keep at it, and don't
Yep.
hesitate to share these with people, even though you're just like getting started on it yourself. Because
Yeah.
when you start plugging them into us, like into the trainers, into our sessions that we do, they're gonna see like, oh my gosh, this is literally like the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah. So
Yeah, go water
so
it.
if I have someone who's interested, do I connect them with you? How do I do that?
Yeah, you can connect them with me. That's totally fine.
Okay.
And just put us in like a three-way chat on Facebook. If I don't see it, just message me and be like, Maria, go check your messages. Cause sometimes I miss stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
you have a lot going on.
yeah, but I'm not ever offended if somebody like bumps up to me and says, hey, go answer
Yeah.
this. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay. Great.
So I don't take offense to that. And I don't mind if you just throw me in a chat. And if I miss it, just again, like message me and tell me.
Yeah.
And create that boards like how I shared with you. My friend Melissa's, she's on the boards of boards. So she knows like
Wow.
all things boards related. And she's the one
Mm,
who created that page. And hers, it had like a little brief info and then the video and a start button. I added on the packaging, no pricing. I didn't want pricing on there because I want people to
yeah.
ask me about pricing. And then I
Yeah.
added testimonials. So you can kind of do whatever you want with it. It's very easy to make, but it's nice. Like, here you go. Here you go.
Yeah.
And then also I have the ATM group, which I think it's nice to just at least still funnel all of your prospects to that group so that they're there. And if we do like a promotion or I go live in there, which I will be at some point trying to get more active lives in there, I just haven't had time yet. That's what I would say. Hang on, Davey. I think that's about it.
Okay.
Anything else that you can think of that you need to know or want to know?
No, I think that's a great start. I appreciate your help. Looking
I'm
forward to
excited
it.
for you.
Me too.
All right, Beth. Well, good. Keep me posted and check in
Okay.
that. Hang on, Juju. Check in that chat with us in a few days and just pop in and kind of give me an update how it's going.
Will do.
And once you've gotten through like that important needing to label list, tell me so we can tell you how to do the broadcast.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.